So typically speaking, what happens when you, as you proceed in a program or project, you do have conflicts, as I mentioned earlier on. And the best approach here is transparency. You make clear to everybody what remind them what the objectives are. You identify the issue at hand. So if you see two teams or two individuals are maybe not collaborating, it depends on the situation, but typically speaking, if you take some items offline away from the main team and work with those two teams together to try and formalize what the issue is, identify what is the actual issue, and do that in front of both of them, not one talk to one behind the other. Now, sometimes before you get to that, maybe some people don't have that skill level to be able to elaborate or externalize what the issue is. So if that's the case, again, you need to identify who you have in front of you and talk to them offline, one-to-one. It's a very good tool, by the way, for managers, is one-to-ones. A moment where you're face-to-face with a person, don't bring any computers or phones, just sit in front of the person and let them talk, and also you need to express what you see happening in the team. So how do you avoid seeming you're giving one advantage to another, and the key point here is transparency. If in the case of you mentioned in a previous moment, we have two people proposing two separate items, how do you avoid showing favoritism? And again, the approach here is transparency. So you, as a manager or a leader, whatever it is, you don't have to be a manager, you can be leader of a group or whatever. You basically summarize what both are saying, and at that point, what's the next step? You say, okay, John, you've identified this as a problem, and you've proposed this as a solution. Mary, you've seen this as an item that is important, and you have a solution for that. So you remind all, and this typically it's good to do in front of the whole team, because it's the transparency approach, and say, okay, so it's not good for the whole team. They don't need to be involved. So what we can do is take this offline, organize a series of alignments between the two teams to see what are the possible solutions and benefits or downsides. So it's good to take that offline, resolve that between the two teams, and again report the findings to the whole team. But sometimes not the whole team need to be involved. So you can imagine, if you're a marketing person, you don't want to be involved in deep low-level engineering discussions. In the space of 5 minutes, you'll either fall asleep, and then you come to the next meeting thinking, "All right, this is going to be another boring." So you need to avoid that. So again, be aware of the team you have in front of you. If you do have conflicts, identify them. Mention it in front of teams that you're going to take it offline and discuss it and report the results. Okay. So clarity, transparency. That's very and when you have these discussions, you need to keep track of what's being decided, because sometimes in the complexity and time over a long period, if the project takes years, some people may leave, so you need to capture what the decisions were, what the benefits and so on. So again, and that helps people's trust and faith in you, and you need to keep integrity. Integrity here in this sense is you can't, because somebody, accept their proposal. You may feel more trustworthy, but you do need, if you like, to approach it with the 5 whys, which will help you determine, why do you do this? Why is that a better solution? So you ask these things, and that will help you understand whether this is the person's proposal is a gut feeling, or it's just something to maybe on a less elegant scale, just to get one over on the other person. So again, transparency is very important. Capture what are the discussions done, and the outcome, and then present that to the bigger team. And move forward, and that will keep a lot of people happy. And again, the team grows and strengthens usually when that's done.